Hello, everybody watching this reading right now. Okay, so we are here to do a Youngaz collective reading. Okay, I've been guided to do one of those, so God has some things to say, obviously. So, without further delay, two more. So, Youngaz collective reading. What does God want to tell you at this time? So we have the Nine of Winter, unfounded fear, focusing on worst case scenarios, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the problem. And this is why I was called to do a reading for you. You're worried about stuff. Okay, so let's see. Oh. Okay, so the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges, the power of kindness and forgiveness. Time to embrace how wonderful you are. The strength card. So when it comes to your worries, God wants you to know that you actually have the power to overcome. Okay? So whatever it is that's worrying you, you're only looking at the right now. And that's the problem a lot of the times when we're going through things. Because we're only looking at what's happening right now, and we don't have the answers or the understanding that we need right now, we tend to automatically think that they'll never come. But what life has taught me is, if you would just do what you can now about the situation and leave it alone, as you live, remember everything else around you is moving. So it's not just about you. So the answers that you need will eventually be in your face. Okay? Because as you're moving through life, things are shifting around you, and it's changing your circumstance in ways that become favorable or tolerable to you. Okay, so it's not good to like base our whole future off of what we're feeling right now. All right, and you can also think back to times when you've been in difficult situations and you didn't know how the hell this was gonna get fixed, and suddenly the answers that you need, they came, and you started to ask yourself, well, why the fuck was I that worried? Why did I allow myself to get that upset? or that afraid, or so what you are being asked to do right now is just know that you have the grace and inner strength needed to overcome the challenges that you are facing. All right, that's the first thing God wants to tell you. Let's see the underlying. We got have patience and don't worry. Exactly, patience. Take time to rest and plan your next steps. A prudent investment of time or money or energy. Okay, knowing who to keep and who to cut out of your life, things like that. You have to be wise about that. And it says be patient. Okay, so don't rush things. Just because things look bleak right now, it doesn't mean that they're gonna stay that way. Because think about happiness. Just because you're happy right now, it doesn't mean that the happiness is gonna stay either. So sadness and confusion, disappointment, all these things, they're the same. Just because they're here now, it doesn't mean that they're gonna stay for a long time. Okay? So God says, let go of people or things that no longer serve you. Now is the time to focus on your career. Okay? Unmarried or divorced individuals, the card said. So unmarried could talk about not just people who are in romantic relationships, but it's just about detaching yourself from people and things that no longer serve you. Okay? Just let go. Anything in your life that's not working is not for you anymore. Maybe it was working at one point, and that's absolutely fine. But we need to recognize when things have expired in our lives. Okay? Not everybody that come into your life is meant to stay. Not everybody who has left your life is meant to stay away from your life. Not everything in your life is meant to stay. And the same, not everything that is out of your life is meant to stay out of your life. So you have to move with the times and shift as necessary, because when we don't shift as necessary, things become out of balance. And I understand shifting, it could be hard sometimes, because letting go, making changes, all these things, they're not my favorite things. But because I know the importance of moving with the universe, moving with the times, moving with the flow of life, I just hold my breath, freaking say a prayer, and do what I have to do. Okay? You're not gonna always like the choices that you have available. You're not gonna always like what you have to do. You have to be brave enough to do what you have to do. Yeah. See? This is the guidance. True love that's long lasting, choices made from the heart, a return to good health. So when you make your choices from your heart, it brings back peace of mind, it brings back good health. Okay? Because when you make those choices, it protects the fruits of your labors. And we got prepare for possible challenges ahead, environmental conservation. So when you make your choices from your heart, it protects the fruits of your labors. That means it protects the things that you're building, the aims and objectives that you have for yourself. All these decisions that you're making, whether they're hard or easy, they're necessary for protecting what you're trying to build for yourself. Or else your ambitions are gonna be wishy-washy. Okay? People that need to be let go, you need to let them go. People that need to be included, you need to include them. It doesn't matter how angry you are at them, what happened in the past. Find a way to make peace with them and invite them back in. Promote and demote as you see necessary. Okay? Then it says, prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. So no matter what challenges we make in life, no matter what choices we make in life, it always comes with challenges. Remember that. So whether you're making the best decision for yourself or not, just know that there are going to be elements that pop up in that situation that you find less than ideal. It doesn't mean that you made the wrong choice. It just means that this is what is on this path. Okay, so just handle your business. All right. Oh, and then we have bring fun into everything you do. So don't take life so seriously. It says juggling multiple priorities or jobs, an exceptional talent for multitasking. Bring fun into everything that you do. That's the most important message on that card right now. Okay? So, that's the first thing. what God want to tell you. Let's get your other messages. Let's see. Okay. Two more. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Three of Pentacles. It says, God hearing lamentations, hence why I'm here. It says, mental force protects against sorrows and illness. So, yeah, God heard you, man. God heard you. And God said, Chanel, go handle that. I was like, aye, aye, Captain. Captain. Okay, so we got the expected God, the Seven of Wands. It says liberation, deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So God says, yo, expect me, which my presence here is part of this expectation. So God sent me to tell you to expect it to come to you for your liberation and deliverance from enemies, both visible and invisible. So when you want to look at enemies, both visible and invisible, it could be people or it could be your own thoughts. The invisible enemies, it could be magic, but it could actually just be your own thoughts, your own limitations that you put on yourself, your lack of courage to make the decisions that you need. They can be seen as invisible enemies. Okay, so God is coming. Whatever your issue is, God says, yo, I'm on my way. Okay, don't worry about anything. In the meantime, find some peace. Just leave what you can't manage and go do something fun. Take a load off. The underlying issue we have the Seven of Pentacles, the lovely God. It says discernment, general prosperity, the deliverance of prisoners. God is like, because I'm the greatest. The lovely God, I'm lovely. I'm lovely. Of course I'm going to come to your rescue. I'm lovely and I love you. And even if you don't love me yet, I'll give you reasons to, okay? So yeah, so God says, expect me, I'm coming. I got you. Things take time though, you know? But expect your deliverance. It won't always be this way. So let us see. Next message. Youngaz. Collective reading. What does God want to tell you? Two more. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we got moon. I'm hearing hidden with this one. It's dark. Okay. There's darkness right now. Darkness meaning like not seeing your way forward, uncertainty, things like that. Usually the moon card come out like feminine energy, but right now I'm getting it's dark. You can't see, but it's okay. Okay. You don't know what's happening, what's coming next. You don't know what to do, stuff like that. God says it's okay. Just chill out. And this is what walking by faith looks like and feels like and is like. Faith is necessary when you're not really sure, but you're choosing to believe anyway. Okay? Faith is when everything looks like it's against you, but you're choosing to believe that the odds will be in your favor anyway. God says, have that. Have faith right now. You don't need to see everything and know everything and understand everything. Just know that you're in good hands. I heard your cries and I'm on my way. I've already got things going on behind the scenes to try and sort your situation, and it will be done. All right. Okay, so we got land insect. All right. So land insects, we're talking about like bugs, like spiders and stuff like that. Things that don't fly. Okay. So God says, I'm watching off-site surveillance. And we're going to purify. So whatever it is that's bugging you, whoever it is that's bugging you, God says, I'm watching from afar. I'm watching, and I'm fixing it. I'm purifying the situation. It's okay. You don't know what's happening, just know that this is what's happening. Have faith in that. Okay? So expect a blessing. Expect to be grounded again. Earth. Okay? We got disintegrate this mountain. And this is why you can't see with the moon card. So there's like blockages in front of you. God says, I'm going to disintegrate that. I'm going to disintegrate that. I'm going to disintegrate them. So whether it's a person or a situation or whatever it is, an illness, anything, whatever it is, God says, I'm going to disintegrate it. You won't be blocked anymore. Look, mountain, bacteria, illness, pollute. This is the mountain. So we got air animal coming in next. So that could be like birds and stuff like that. And when you're up high, you can see. So God says, I can see. Okay. We got ancient, village, witchcraft. God says this is nothing new. This what you're experiencing now is only your experience in it, because you're whatever age you are. You're new. God says this is nothing new. I'm used to dealing with these things. And like I said, witchcraft don't have to be somebody doing, it could be, but it doesn't have to be somebody doing all that dead animal chanting, mirror magic, whatever, however they do their thing. It doesn't have to be that. It could simply be people speaking negatively into your life, or people just being negative influences, people being like Debbie Downers, discouraging you from believing. Because sometimes you believe in yourself, and then somebody will come by and say some rubbish to you. Somebody that you believe in would say some rubbish to you, and it just kind of kill the steam that you had for yourself. That's a form of witchcraft. Okay? But God says this is nothing new for me. I'm used to it. I'm used to icing unearthly beings. Unearthly beings are people who are unstable. Unstable people can only make you unstable. Only what is inside can come outside. That's what I'm used to putting these unearthly beings and situations on ice. Have no fear. Yeah. Have no fear. Okay? That's it. This ain't new. This is ancient. This been going on from time. I got this. I'm a professional, God says. I'm a professional annihilator of all types of problems. Alright, let's see. Okay, so we got the white rice card wanting to make itself known. White rice is food, but it's not the best. You know, you can eat it, you could be nourished by it, but it can't do for you what like brown rice can do. You know, it's not as pure. So God is saying with that one is like things aren't exactly how you want them to be, but acknowledge the fact that things aren't as bad as it could be. It could be worse. So be grateful for what you do have available to you. Okay? If you're ill, be grateful for the parts of you that are not ill. If you're lonely, be grateful for the other people who are actually, like if you're missing someone specifically, be grateful for those who you do have in your life. If it comes to your job and there's something going on with your job, be grateful for the problems that you don't have in your job, type of thing. So God is basically encouraging you to look on the brighter side of your situation. Find what is good in your situation and show some respect to it. Put some more energy into it instead of focusing on the negative. Okay? don't know what kind of shuffling this is, you know. I'm just following instructions, mate. One more. God is the master, you know. Alright. So at the bottom of the sea, now we got the wheat flour. So this is about getting the wheat, brown rice, brown flour, you know, substance. Okay, so that's what this is about. God know you want blah 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 blah. You want proper things. God know. You know, you don't want to have to manage to smile. You want to just be naturally smiling. Okay. So, you see the plum card. When I saw the plum card first, I heard like direct. Okay? So something is direct. You know, like when you hit something plumb on its head. That's how plum is coming through to me right now. Okay, and brown fruits. Interesting. Okay. Okay, so this is about cleansing. I'm getting cleansing energy. Yeah, that's what you want. But why did God use the food deck to be telling this? God says I want it to be creative. Well, excuse us, okay? Okay. So, yeah, God says it's a direct shot with your cleansing. You want to clean the madness up? Fine. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Mr. Creative God. Mr. and Mrs. Creative God. Let's see. We got carrots. So carrots, I'm getting vision. Okay. Ooh, and we got marrow. Marrow is blood. Bloodline. Lifeline. Okay. So seeing the lifeline or seeing the way forward. Seeing the winning way forward. Yeah. We got acidic food, onion. Okay, so that's about staying away from acidity, staying away from negative people, staying away from negative situations, stop making bad choices, stop being afraid to make the right choices, because that's going to make you cry. Onion makes us cry, yeah? So God says you need to see the winning way forward, see the lifeline, because without your blood, how will your body operate if you had no blood in it? You would die, okay? And carrots is good for vision. So you put them together, it's about you seeing what the right choices are, seeing your winning way forward. So that's then talking about stopping for a while and think before you make your decision. Okay, don't be in a rush to make any decisions. Okay, so plum. So for you to directly go to the cleansing of your life, of your emotions, God says you need to see what the right choices are. Okay, because the wrong choices, acidic choices, make you cry. When you pick the wrong thing, they're gonna make you sad. Okay, so if you want to be happy, you have to stop for a moment. Okay, pay attention, analyze, and then decide, and stick to your decision, come what may. Okay, yeah. Got charred foods. Yeah, they're gonna make you cry because everything gonna burn to a crisp. All that you've been working so hard for. And I would say this would be mainly because when it comes to physical things, you can always replace your physical things, okay? But I feel like when it comes to our priorities as to what to preserve in our life, I think that we should preserve our happiness, our peace of mind. If we put our happiness, our peace of mind, eliminate the possibility of living with regret, If we put those things at the forefront, then we can allow the chips to fall wherever they may, because you will have made choices knowing that you were using best uh the best indicators to make your choices in the first place. You understand what I'm saying? So when you're making your choices, it's don't base them on your physical world, base them on your spiritual being, because everything starts with you. Okay? So when you're making your choices, if you're making a choice, if you're choosing A because it makes you happy, then that's the right choice to make. Remember the card was saying decisions made from the heart. Okay? So if you're basing your decisions on what makes you happy, what gives you peace, what and who makes you happy, what and who brings you peace, what and who you feel is actually best for you, then you can allow the chips to fall wherever they may after that. And you can rest, trusting the process and feeling comfortable knowing that you were being driven by the right energy, the right intention. You understand? So start there. And whatever happens after that is meant to happen. And just know that whatever happens, it doesn't mean that you're not on your right track. You are on the right track. It's just that the road to success doesn't go straight like that. It has all kind of swirls and lifts and drops and all these things. Follow the path, you'll be fine. Just make sure you're making your decisions from your heart based on the right elements of being, aka your happiness, your peace, and what's truly best for your future, who's truly best for your future, etc. Don't make decision based on what your mommy expect you to do, or what your father expect you to do, or what society expect you to do. Don't base your decisions on fear. Especially fear is the worst. Fear is the worst element to base your decisions on, because fear, making decisions based on fear, only ends you up in regret. We need to talk to our older folks. We need to talk to them and find out what they think about the choices that they've made. Like, how would they live their life differently, knowing what they know in their later years, with all that experience behind them. We need to get the tricks of the trade from our older folks so that we don't fall in the same traps that they fell in. Okay? Because I'm sure a lot of them will tell you, I regret not taking the chances that were available to me at the time because I was afraid, or because I cared too much what other people think, and all these things. Because every choice that we make determines our life's trajectory. Every choice that we make determines our life trajectory. Okay, and that's why it's important to follow your heart, because if you follow your heart, then you know that you're on course. It's your GPS system. This is what makes my heart sing. It doesn't matter how other people feel about it. This is what makes my heart sing. And I'm sorry that you don't like my choices, but at the end of the day, I have to live with my choices. So if I make my choices based on you want for me, then I will be unhappy with my choices. You know? And it's not fair. One more. Okay, at the bottom of the deck we have I want to make love to you, tantric sex style. Ooh, that is the bestest. Okay, so I don't know if this is actually somebody, okay, or this is just the way how you approach life, okay? So, tantric sex is that type of sex where you actually take your time and you pay attention to every single vibration that you feel. You pay attention. You know, they talk about this. Okay, tantric sex is basically, to put it simply, is paying attention, okay, while you're having sex. Or sex could be, in this context, it will simply talk about your interaction with life, your interaction with the people in your life, okay? If it's not talking about actual sex, it's talking about your how you exchange energy with life, okay? So that even goes down to our thinking, not just our physical interactions, but even the things that we choose to think or not think. Okay, I hope I made that clear. So, yeah, it's basically talking about reverence, okay, and recognizing what is sacred. Oh, God, wait. I don't know if you get that word. Like, when I say sacred, I mean what is like ultra special, okay? The best of the best of the best. Let's put it like that. That's tantric sex, tantric living. The best of the best of the best. Only the best for you. You have to make those choices. You have to have the courage to make those choices and stick to the outcome that comes with those choices. Because no matter what choice you make, there will always be outcomes, and you will not always like the outcome, but it's a necessary step on the path to you getting what you ultimately want. You just have to keep working towards that goal. Thank you. Whew. Okay. Making the best of the best of the best decisions, period. No matter what people think about you or what the world, how the world treats you and stuff like that. It's about self. So when you get older, you can look back and say, you know what? Shit was hard, but I don't regret anything because I was living how I believed. I believed that was the best thing for me, and I'm honored to have followed my heart. Yes, some dumb shit happened because of that, but at least I was being true to myself. Yeah? So that's one scenario. The other scenario is you looking back and say, man, what if I had blah, 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 blah? What if I had made that choice rather than make the choice that I made? How would my life be different right now? You see them two different scenarios? Oh, God. Okay, so we got leave him alone. And we got I feel unattractive. And we have I've been seeing your girlfriend. Oh Lord, just make this difficult for my brain, why don't you? Okay. So at the bottom of the deck though, what's clear to me is this I want to fuck you card. So what's fucking? Fucking anybody can fuck anybody. Okay? Fucking doesn't come with emotions. Fucking doesn't come with paying attention. Fucking has one objective, and that is to have an orgasm. That's it. Okay? There is no pleasure in. I mean, it depends on how you feel, but fucking can't compare to tantric sex. Let's put it like that. Okay? Because fucking is kind of living life kind of wild. When it comes to tantric sex, you have to have the right person. You have to be on the same level, okay, to have that powerful exchange. With fucking, anybody can fuck anybody. Somebody from way up here can fuck somebody from way down there. No problem. But when it comes to tantric sex, you and your partner have to be on an even playing field. They have to be able to meet you on your level, mentally, emotionally. Okay? So, let's see what God is trying to say here. So we got leave him alone, I feel unattractive. So this is talking about anything and anybody that makes you feel less than, leave them alone. Whether it's a he or a she. Anything, he, she, or it. Anything that makes you feel less than what you know you are, who you know you are, what you know you deserve, reject it. Reject it. Reject him, reject her, reject it. Even if it's a job. So we got, I've been seeing your girlfriend. Okay, so let's get some clarification for that. So God was way ahead of me. That's nice. Let's see. Let's get this clarification, what this is about. I've been seeing your girlfriend. Okay, so this is talking about masculine and feminine energy. Okay, so girlfriend energy, feminine energy, is that energy that is more receptive, it is more nurturing, it's more comforting, there's more beauty, it gives life, because you know the feminine energy bring forth life. So I've been seeing your girlfriend. So yeah, so God is saying that anything that's making you feel unworthy, or anything that's making you feel unloved, or anything that's diminishing your confidence in yourself and your happiness and your peace of mind, let it go. Okay? And seek out those things. This is the second time God is telling you this in another language. So God says seek out those things that nurture you, those things and people who give you life, those things and people that bring out the best in you. Okay, make you feel supported and loved and valued, things like that. Yeah, because if you're dealing with people and things who want to fuck you, they could fuck you without caring about, there's the magic word, care. So tantric sex calls for a lot of care. Fucking, you don't have to care about the person that you're fucking, but to have tantric sex you have to care about that person. Yeah, so tantric interaction calls for care. So this is talking about being cared for, being nurtured. Girl, feminine energy. Okay, but let's see what this deck is gonna say anyway. Okay. Yeah. So, showing affection in public. Exactly. You want to be nurtured. Okay? Seek out those things and people, those situations that brings you nurture. Affection. Things that make you feel loved, things that make you feel special, people that make you feel loved and people that make you feel special. That should be your objective. Let your heart guide you. Okay? Pray for courage to make those choices in your life. And that's what's going to bring you your highest potential. Okay? Follow love. Yeah. Yeah, see, giving you space and time alone to balance or ground your being. It's about grounding yourself. Feeling worthy, feeling like you're making the right choices, not leaving any space for you to feel doubtful. Because look what was coming behind the I want to fuck you. I don't want to fight anymore. So you're fighting in life, and you don't really want to have to be fighting this hard. So the option is to choose those things which are nurturing and choose those people which want to nurture you. You have to go where the love is at, man. Okay, let's see what's coming next. I want to have sex with you. See now this is getting you on the right path. So sex has some care in it. Sex is like a mixture of fucking and tantric sex, but not quite tantric sex. Okay, so yeah, but at least sex is more nurturing than fucking somebody. Having sex with somebody is a more nurturing way of dealing with somebody than just fucking. Okay, so at least you're on the right path. So what this is saying is give it time. Okay, so it's like and look, your sex is healing to me. So see sex in this here as it's not actually physical sex, but it's talking about your interaction with the world, your interaction in your life. Okay, so by you choosing those things and people and situations that are more nurturing to you, it will put you on the right path to your healing. All right, yeah, and cling to that. This card is saying you're too clingy. And then we got I never knew love until you showed me. Cling to that. Yeah, cling to that, because somebody ain't treating you right, or maybe you're not treating yourself right by just making choices based off of physical things. Like you want that car. What are you willing to do to get that car? Are you willing to take your time and get a job? Are you willing to steal for it? You see what I'm saying? Are you willing to make somebody buy it for you by tricking them? You know what I'm saying? Or you want to have sex with somebody? Are you going to tell them straight you want to have sex with them, or you gonna go and pretend like you want to be in their life and you want to be their man or their girl or whatever, just so that you can have some sex, and then once you get sex you're gone and they upset with you? It's better if you know you just want sex from that person, tell them straight, yo, I like how you look, and shit, I don't know if you be on it, but if you're on it, I'm on it. I want to try you. I want to have some fun together. It's either yes or no. Say it in your language, but basically just be honest. Live from your heart. Stop pretending. Stop complicating your life. Who don't like you, at least you will know. So if you're honest with the world and the world doesn't accept you, then you know you should keep to yourself. Like me, you know, who accept you, you know that they're your real ones. You understand what I'm saying? They're your soul family. Those are the ones that you should focus on. Those are the ones that you should click with. If you're being your true self and you're rejected, they're not your people. Keep it moving. Alright, what's at the bottom of the deck? Loss of stability. Exactly. That's what's happening right now. You've lost your stability, your emotional stability, possibly your financial stability, your social stability, because maybe you got people in your life that you probably don't really care for, but the ones that you do care for, because you were making the wrong decisions, the ones that you actually want in your life, they're not in your life right now. It's because you're not being honest about who you are and what you want out of life. You're not making choices based on the right elements, which I say again is peace, your peace, you feeling nurtured, you living without regrets. I hope you're understanding me. I heard yes, so that's good. Life isn't easy, but nothing is easy. Okay, if it was easy, it would be boring. It's easy sometimes, but when it's not easy, just deal with it, innit? Say a prayer, ask for grace, ask for wisdom, ask for understanding, ask for guidance. God is there. God is there to help. But God likes to be invited into our situation. God will intervene when things are really getting out of hand. But if it's not really that bad, God ain't gonna mess with you, because it's a life experience. That's the gift. The gift is the experience, the highs and the lows. That's the gift of life. And when you want help, reach out. God is listening, always ready. You may not always like the answer you get, but at least God will keep you on the right path. See? Look at this one now. Crime. Yeah, crime brings a loss of stability. Your loss of stability push you in the way of wanting to commit crimes. Crimes could be just lies, pretending with people, doing the wrong thing to regain your stability. That's not the right way to go. That's not the right way to interact with life. I'm telling you now. Doing the wrong thing is not right, period. You see, loss of stability, fracture. You need to start over. So the choices that you've made, they haven't been the best choices, and that's the reason for your loss of stability right now. And God is saying it's time to start over. Okay? God is like, break that, and I repeat, start over. God is saying, stop that and start over. Yeah. So if you know you're doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, God said you need to stop that and get on the right path. Break that up and get on the right path. God repeated. Amen. Because what goes around come around. How can you be putting negativity out into the world and then you want positive results, long lasting positive results? It don't work like that. What you sow, that you shall reap. That's how the rules go. It's not a joke. It's a real thing. It's a very real thing. So your instability right now is because of the bad choices that you made in your life. Maybe you're not a thief. Maybe you're not a murderer. But maybe you're a liar. Or maybe your crime is allowing fear to govern your life. That's also a crime. It's a crime against self. If you allow fear to be your motivational source when it comes to making your life's decisions, it's a crime against yourself, because you're not being true to yourself. You don't have the courage to be true to yourself. So crime doesn't have to be something big like killing and stealing and tricking people out of their stuff. Crime could be crimes that you commit against yourself. Okay? Also, to not invite God into your situation, that's also a crime. Crime against self. Because there is help, but you fail to reach out for whatever reason, whether knowingly or unknowingly. It's still a crime against self. So now that I'm telling you, try and make some better decisions going forward. And your life will start to take shape properly. We really need God in our lives, When we have God in our lives, it takes away so much anxiety. It takes away so much pain and lack of understanding and lack of courage and all these things. God is the magic ingredient, I'm telling you. Without God, we're missing a lot. A lot. Okay? The people wonder, how am I always so happy in spite of all the madness that's going on in my life? I'm happy because God's got this, man. I cry when it's time to cry, but then I don't stay in that energy, because me staying in a angry energy or an energy of disappointment and whatnot is saying that God don't have this. But I know that God has got my situation in complete control. So yes, it hurts. So I'm gonna cry. But to stay there is to insult God's abilities. So I ain't staying in that energy shit. Be merry, you know? I'm gonna be merry because I can rest knowing that God has got my situation in full control. And every time I make my decisions, I make decisions based on what I feel is best for me. Not that I'm being selfish, but sometimes what is best for me is also making somebody else happy. So understand what I mean when I say I make the best decision for me. There's a time to be selfish and there's a time to be selfless. Okay? So it's knowing when to apply each of those energies correctly. Yeah? So yeah, if you make the right decision and give it to God, you can be at peace in spite of what's going on in your life. That's how I live. I let God handle the big work and I handle the small stuff like making ice and eating ice and cooking dinner and stuff like that. When it comes to what my enemies are doing and when it comes to my health and things like that, I just do the minimum and God do the rest. Because God is able, you know. I've lived long enough and experienced enough to see that God is able. Yeah. God is my business associate, my partner in crime, my partner in good crime. Fat. Yeah, my big partner in crime. My big partner in good crime. God is the Don. What's at the bottom of the deck? I am guilty of betrayal. Shit, we don't do that around here. Not when it comes to my relationship with God. I choose to believe in God. Yeah, so that's talking about me not giving myself rest, even though I know I've given the situation to God. If I've given it to God, then I have every right to rest. Because if I give it to God and I'm still worrying about it, then that means I don't trust that God can fix it for real. And that's an insult to God's character. So yeah, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. We're not doing that. God can. God is the fat cat. Yeah, I can't control my poo. All right, let's get back to the reading. What's going on here? God is the magic ingredient, guys. And if you need to start with understanding the concept of God, start there. But God is the magic ingredient. That's why they try so hard to take God out of societies, because they know that if we have God, we have power. If we don't have God, we don't have power. You know? So they try to make us forget God. When I say they, I'm talking about the Antichrist people who run this society. They take God off the TV, they want to take God out the school, they want to take God out, even they want to take God out to the church. Because they know that the God concept, faith in God and all that is very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. And they know that they do not stand a chance when they're up against somebody who has faith in God. They can't win. Because no matter what they do, and they do a lot, they can't move you. They can't diminish your power. They can't stop you from making the right decisions. You can't do anything because God got you protected. And I could talk because I'm living that life, okay? It starts with God. Because the Antichrist itself is my enemy. So my enemy are of the highest caliber. My enemy is not just the man down the street or or the girls who think I'm better looking than them or somebody who wants my job. My enemy is the very people who run society. The people at the top of the pyramid. Those are my enemies. The people who have the power to fucking uh, contaminate my water. The people who have the power to contaminate anything I go into a shop to buy. The people who have the power over the factories that make the things that I buy. The people who have the power over the medical system and the dental system, and yeah, the people with real power. Those are my enemies. So if I'm saying that God can keep them under control, then most people, they don't have the level of enemy that I have. So I know that God can definitely take care of your issues, your haters, the enemies of your progress. God can. So if God said don't worry, don't worry. If God said do this, do this. If God said do that, do that. If God said chill out, chill out. If God said cry, cry. If God said talk in tongues, talk in tongues. The world is magical and mystical. The very existence of creation in itself is a magical and mystical event or occurrence. That in itself is magic. Like, how? Where did all this come from? How did all this appear? It's magic. We are magical because we are made of that same magic. We are part of creation. We are magical, but we don't know. Our magic starts with God. That's true magic. This is it there. So, let's get your message. At the bottom of the deck, we got I like someone I shouldn't. See? Now, why would you want to like someone that you shouldn't? Let's see where God is going with this message. If you know you shouldn't, then therein lies the recipe for your future disaster. If you know you like someone that you shouldn't, that's the first step to tell you that if you continue along that path, it's not going to end well for you. Because that shouldn't part, you know why you shouldn't. So whether that's liking something or someone or whatever it is, you know why you shouldn't. So if you still choose to continue along that path, even though you know you shouldn't, the unhappiness that comes at the end of that rainbow is your justice. It's just simple like that. You know you shouldn't, so how about you turn around and make a better decision for yourself? See, that's fucking. That's fucking. Tantric sex would be you turning around and making a better decision. One that resonates with your highest good. Fucking would be you choosing to continue along the path even though you know you shouldn't. I like ice, but if I know that the ice is poisoned, I'm not gonna eat it. As much as I love ice. Okay, so we got same card came out. I like someone I shouldn't. So it came all the way out the deck. Alright. At the bottom of the deck we got in debt. Look at this. I love evil. You see that madness? So you gonna pay for it. So we got smelly feet. Oh God. So smelly feet just talks about you smelling something, you sensing something. I killed a person or persons. Could be yourself. You kill your dreams, you kill your future, you kill your happiness, you kill your peace of mind because you love evil. So you should be able to sense. You should be able to sense the danger that's coming. We got I love whatever the hell this is that you shouldn't, or whoever this is that you shouldn't. But you can't handle whatever this is or whoever this is. And you know that. Bed bugs. It's bothersome. It's gonna bother your life in a way that you don't like. So if you choose to like someone or something that you shouldn't, that you know you shouldn't, you're gonna be in debt to evil. Evil begets evil, okay? Because if you know you shouldn't, it's because you know it's bad for you in some way. So whether this is a person, a job, a habit. Like I said, I love to eat ice, but I'm not going to eat if I know it's poisoned. Because I know it's going to friggin' hurt me. It's going to bug me. Okay? It's going to bug my belly. So whatever it is that you love, or whoever it is that you love that you know you shouldn't love, and you know why you shouldn't love them, if you choose to love them, be willing to pay the price that comes with not being able to deny it or them. It's simple. You're free to make the choices that you want to make, but you have to pay the price as well. I hope you have as much fun paying the price as you have indulging in this thing or this person that you know is bad for you. And this is your last message, my love, so let's see. And this is why this reading is all about you making better choices for yourself. If you want to live a happier life, then you have to make better choices for yourself. That's how it starts. And trust that you're doing the right thing no matter what happens. Once you know that you're making the right choices, trust the process. Things won't always be how you want them to be just because you're making the right choices. Life is still challenging even when you're making the right choices. Okay? So life is challenging if you make the wrong choice, and life is challenging if you make the right choice. So just make a choice and be willing to see it through. Simple. Life would be boring without challenges. Get a break sometimes, but we don't need a whole life's worth of breaks, because we need something to live for. We need something to do. Life is about the experience, the highs and the lows, you know, the confusion, the victories, getting angry, feeling loved. It's all life, and it's all good. And when you get yourself into some shit though, just know your way out or else it becomes too much. Because believe it or not, sometimes making bad choices, quote unquote bad choices, is actually the right thing for our full development. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes you might decide to love someone that's totally wrong for you. It's a lesson. That's what they call a karmic lesson. You understand? So even though it doesn't give you the pleasure that you thought you would get from it, you learned something from it. So make sure you pay attention to the lessons that you learned instead. Okay? You didn't get the victory that you were hoping for, but you get a lesson or two or three or four or five or 10. Make sure that you pay attention to those lessons and lock them in your head so that you can use them going forward. So yeah, just make a choice and get the most out of it. That's the best thing I can tell you. But know that the reason for your instability is because you were making bad decisions in the past. So if you want more stability in your future, simply start making better decisions, and that's going to pave the way for the quality of future that you have. Okay? So our tomorrow starts today, basically. You know, our tomorrow is determined by who we are and what we choose today. Two more. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, ooh, we got gang stalking. What is that talking about? So gang stalking, that would mean a lot of people, they could be just watching you, or they could be interfering with your life. Not just one person, it's a whole bunch of people that's watching you. At the very least, they're watching. Let's see where God is going with this. It could be talking about how you're a role model to other people as well. So gang stalking could be negative, but it could actually also be positive. So let's see if it's negative or positive. We got gang stalking. You're being watched by many. Strike a pose. Shit. Give him a show. No, I'm joking. Kind of. Okay. Okay. So we got that's a lie. So something is a lie. So it could be you watching somebody else too. Okay? So let's see. So that's a lie. Then we have do some research. Because of immature guardians. Yeah, so this gang stalking is talking about you watching other people and mimicking them. God says you need to be yourself, brother and sister. Okay? That's your best. That's your best bet. So it's about, okay, so I see what's happening here. So what God is saying with this message is don't be so quick to believe that the adults that you know have it all together. We don't. Okay, I'll be the first to tell you we do not. We're trying to figure it out just like you. As smart as I am, as mature as I am, I'm still trying to figure some shit out. Okay? So accept that as your reality as well. You need to figure it out. Because what may be okay for me, it may not be okay for you. What's okay for your mother, it may not be okay for you. What's okay for your grandfather, it may not be okay for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's important for you to pave your own way through life. Okay? So know when what you're being taught or what you see is not the best for you. It's a lie. That's not the way forward for you. Okay, just because your daddy did it and got away with it, mommy do it and get away with it, brother and sister do it and get away with it don't mean that it's gonna be okay for you. Okay, everybody's built differently, everybody have a tolerance for things differently. So know yourself and be yourself. That's what this is all about. So the gang stalking is you watching other people and mimicking your decisions and your way forward off of what they choose. God says that's not the way. Okay, it's not the way. All right, so you need to put some time and some energy into thinking about what is the right way for you. That's why I say invite God into your situation, because we need guidance sometimes. We need professional help. There's nobody to bring us professional help besides God. And at the very least, if God wants to then send us to someone, start with God. Because God might tell you to go see somebody. When you talk to God about your problem, God might send you to maybe a hospital or send you to a therapist or send you to your grade. They're not afraid to face the truth and things like that. But start with your God. Okay? Yeah, spend quality time with your siblings and spend quality time with your grandparents, the elders. You see? Because it's not going well, so you need advice. So like I said, so you start with God. Now God is sending you to people around you who make good decisions. So God is urging you to be mindful of who you mimic your decisions off of, basically. Have they been kind to you? Have these decisions you've been making been kind to you? The people that you choose to hold as role models, is their way of doing things, you mimicking their way of doing things, has that been beneficial to you? God want you to stop for a moment and think about these things and understand that it takes courage to be different. You don't have to be like them, and if you don't have courage, you pray for that, because it's in your best interest. Or else you keep making the wrong choices and keep ending up in unhappy situations, you know. So know who to ask. So you need to talk to somebody. Know who to ask. Okay. So you need to do some research when it comes to these immature guardians. So guardians could be anybody. It could be family, or it could be the wider public, because it says guardians. Okay. Some people are good guardians and some people are not. Okay. So it's important for you to pave your own way through life. Figure out the formula that's best for you. So even when you listen to these people's advice, listen to them, but make sure that the final decision is yours. You just need some advice. I remember earlier in the reading I was saying, like, we need to talk to these elders to find out, like, they've been there, they've done that, they've gleaned a lot of wisdom. We need to make use of our elders. We need to spend time with them and love them the way that they deserve to be loved. Treat them as the elders that they are. And if they're doing shit to act like immature idiots, then you need to talk to them and let them know, grandma, grandpa, elder, you can't be acting like that. I understand that you're older than me, but right is right and wrong is wrong, because we have to help each other. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes they want to be silly. That's fine. But it's a time to be silly, grandpa. Grandma, stop that. Like, what are you doing, bro? you know? But at the end of the day, they have the wisdom. They've lived many different situations and learned from them. Okay? So yeah, that's your message. That's what God wants you to know. And that's how you start to clean up your life and clean up whatever energies you've been fighting with, these negative energies that you've been fighting with for God knows how long. So thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, my darlings. Bye bye.